What's good? It's your boy Trouble T Roy. Hit Don't Get Hit Boxing Talk. And I'm back with another one. And it goes. Man, I'm so glad this weekend is over. That shit was rough. I mean, first, my boy Regis Prograis takes another loss to Catterall. And then the next day, Sunday, my New Orleans Saints loses to the LA fucking Chargers.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
It's been a bad season for us. Look, we ain't talking about football though. We talk about boxing. I'm a huge Regis Prograis fan. I'm biased when it comes to Regis Prograis. I don't care win or lose. He's still one of my favorites of this era of boxing. It was tough to watch that fight against Catterall. It was tough. It's just Regis has been put in his last few fights. He's been kind of put on the spot. You know, Regis being a counterpuncher the way he is, one thing I have learned is that when it comes to counterpunchers and pure boxers, which Catterall is, we've all talked about it. Normally, pure boxers definitely beat counterpunchers because it's almost like a pure boxer is able to counter a counterpuncher, which is what Catterall was doing the whole fight. Early in the fight, Regis was throwing the jab. He was landing the jab pretty well, but at the same time, Jack was landing the jab right back just about every time. So it was just back to back, jab fest. You know what I'm saying? My thing with Regis, he couldn't, once again, like he had issues doing in his last couple of fights, especially against Devin Haney, obviously, but even against Zorilla, he just doesn't have he don't know how to cut off the ring. And being a counterpuncher, you normally don't need to cut off the ring. I think that was his problem. I feel like Regis could have been a more aggressive fighter. Because if Regis is the type of fighter, he wants you to be close range in his face. That's his best fights. Close range in his face. You gonna try to land, he gonna land on you. Type shit. But I think stylistically, pure boxers, outside boxers, type like that, defensive outside style boxers are just not good for Regis. And it's unfortunate because he's a really good boxer. He showed he still has power in this fight, for one. He showed he still has the power. I think one of the best fights of this era is him versus Josh Taylor when they were both at their prime going at it. I honestly think that fight could have went either way, but they did give it to Josh Taylor. That was a key stylistic fight. That was a good stylistic fight for Regis because Josh Taylor is in your face. He's mid to close range all day. That's the kind of fighters that Regis normally shines against. But these last few fights that he's been in with, like I said, Zorilla, Haney, and now Catterall, these are guys that figure, well, we ain't gonna fight you. We're gonna make you chase us. And you can't counterpunch if you have to chase us, which gives us the opening to hit you as you're chasing us, basically. Unfortunately, that's how it went. I mean, it was a pretty dull fight for the first like 3-4 rounds. I think what was it? Regis dropped him in the I believe the 5th round. And people are going to say, "Oh, that was a slip." Nah, he got him. He got him. But that was it. After that, it was more of just Regis chasing Catterall around for the last few rounds after the 5th, which Regis gassed out, got tired, started throwing. He started trying to throw that one overhand left hook, or just trying to land the bombs on him, because I think at a certain point in the second half of the fight, Regis realized that he had to do something big, because around that time after Catterall got dropped, Catterall started just landing 1-2s on him real good, real easy, like 1-2 and then he moved, 1-2 and move. And a couple of times they kind of started scrambling at each other and boxing a little bit. And I think Catterall was just getting the better of Regis, because Catterall's timing was really good. I'm not a fan of Catterall's style, like stylistically. I really don't like to watch him fight. Maybe that's just because he beat 2 of my favorite fighters, which was Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis. But at the same time, his style of fighting is just kind of like, he makes you fight at his pace, which is very smart and very, very, he's an intelligent fighter. He's going to fight at his pace. He's going to make you want to fight harder, which is when he turns it up and fights you the same way, but you're still going to be fighting him at his pace. Catterall, he definitely used the ring. You want to call it ring IQ, whatever. He definitely used that whole ring as much as he could to stay away from Regis' power, which was smart. Again, Catterall's a smart fighter. I don't like his style, but he's very smart, and he's going to be definitely, I think it was Eddie Hearn said he's the best in the division or something like that. I don't know if he's the best yet, but he definitely will be a problem to anybody that he fights. Definitely. But yeah, man, Regis, this just kind of showed Regis won't have any luck getting any fights with any guys that's really here to fight at this point, because I still don't think anybody, I think he's been one of the most avoided 140 pounders for a while, and probably not now because he's older, but in his prime he was definitely avoided. And I think he's one of the best, definitely of this era at 140. And only problem is he stayed there for too long. Unfortunately, boxing politics didn't have nothing else for him, because him going up to 147 while Crawford and Spence had the belts was just not going to work out for him. He was a 2-time champion at the weight class, and he did his thing, man. At the end of the day, he did his thing. If he wants to keep fighting, he has to expect that it's going to be a lot of pure boxers looking to fight him. A lot of guys who want to move around the ring, jump in and jump out type of situations. Like, imagine another pure boxer who likes to move around, who uses the ring, uses his legs, uses his head movement a lot, isn't willing to stand in front of him and fight. That's the kind of fighters that's going to want to fight him, because they see, well, this dude don't cut the ring. You know what I'm saying? He throws wild shots, and he gasses out. You gotta figure the only reason it looked like he hurt his front leg, his right leg, because he's a southpaw. So his front leg, you could tell he hurt it in the last, 3 rounds, somewhere around in the championship rounds, basically, because you tell he really couldn't put the weight on his front foot as much as he could in the earlier rounds. He twisted something, or I don't know what it was. I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty sure he hurt himself somehow. He wouldn't put that weight on the front foot, which at the end of the day, that takes away from your power. But, you know, he kept trying. But then, like I said, throwing wild. Thing is, when you get gassed, you get fatigued, you start doing things that you normally probably wouldn't do when you're 100%. When you're at 50%, you try harder. You know that you might be behind in the fight. You're going to try harder. You're going to throw harder. But that's another way to hurt yourself at the same time. You know, and that's in any sport. You know, if you're fatigued, your chances of hurting yourself become greater. The more fatigued you get, the greater it is, because you want to do something that your body can't handle. And that looked like that's literally what happened with Regis in those last few rounds. But that's Regis. When he's on, he's on. The right style fight, the right style matchup, he's on. But these pure boxers are just giving him hell. And I mean, if he says he's going to retire, if he retires, actually, I'm happy for him. I think he did well for the sport. I think he did well for the city of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I think he did well for American boxing, because he's willing to travel. He's willing to go to your backyard and try to take what you got. He's one of the few. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the few American boxers that I'm like, this dude, he just didn't give a fuck. He just gonna fight you, and that's it. He gonna sign a contract. He gonna work hard, and he gonna fight. I mean, people were saying that he looked horrible. He didn't look horrible. He looked good for, like I said, the first half of the fight. He looked good, but he gassed out. It happens. I dare anybody to get in the ring, go 12 rounds with a pro boxer, and see how you feel after the first 3-4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? He's 35 years old. He's about to be 36, I believe, in a couple of months, 2 or 3 months. I mean, he's done enough. And he's been breaking himself down to 140 for so long. It's hard. I know that shit's hard. You know what I'm saying? I think he even wrote a book about it or something, or he did a documentary about how he's been breaking his body down, and it's been killing him. So people out here trying to say that he just don't want to train, he ain't training the way he's supposed to, he don't train enough. Like, imagine having to break yourself down to a certain weight every fight, and imagine the way. There's no way any fighter that's breaking themselves down from their natural weight going in the ring 100% anyways. That's just impossible. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing where people don't fight at their natural weight, and you know, that shit, after a while, that shit's it's gonna get you. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is, man. Yeah, Regis took that loss. He took it like a man, though. I appreciate his humbleness. You know what I'm saying? He's a confident man before the fight, and he's a very humble man after the fight. And that's always how he's been, whether win or lose or draw, whatever the case may be. He ain't never had a draw, but you know what I mean. So, I mean, it's big ups to Regis and his team. Going into the fight, I'm one of those guys where, I don't know if anybody's a sports fan or whatever, where you have a team that you know that that's your team, but you know that other team is probably going to beat your team, but you still, till the end of the day, you're still like, that's my team, I'm rooting. That's how I am for Regis. In every fight, win or lose, I'm like, nah, he gonna win, he gonna get it. Even if I honestly didn't think that he would beat Catterall, but I still had that little bit of faith in me that said it's always a possibility, you know. And in my opinion, he won anyways, because he took the fight, he fought the fight, and he, you know, you know what I'm saying? So, but nah, man, shout out to Regis and his team, and them taking the fight and doing the best they could. I mean, if Regis is really going to retire, which I feel like he can do, I think he's done enough. I'm sure he's earned enough. He should do it. I could say that I appreciate what I did get to see from him, and hopefully he might have some boxers coming up in the stable or whatever. Like, you know, I think he promotes, or he's trying to promote, or he does promote. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we might have some youngins coming out of New Orleans represent and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's all good. Regis Prograis, end of the day, he's the winner to me. Just like my New Orleans Saints. Anyways, though, I mean, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good shit. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know what y'all thought about the fight. Let me know how y'all feel about the fight. Is Jack Catterall the next guy? Is he going to be the guy of the division? Is he going to be that guy? They're trying to say he's that guy. I don't know. I need to see him fight the other guys, the guys with belts. TL, you know what I'm saying? Devin, you know. I don't know what Devin planning on doing. I don't know what TL planning on doing. Sandor, they say that might be an option. They got Hitchens and Prado, the winner between them. They try and make that fight. 140 has always been an exciting division. So I don't see, and that's another reason I give Regis much credit, because 140 is a dangerous division. It's one of the most dangerous divisions above, like, kind of in the middleweights, you know what I'm saying? Where people win and people lose, and that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? We got Matias, he's about to fight soon. That'd be I wanted to see Matias versus Regis. I think that would have been a good fight right there. I'd still like to see that if I could, but I don't know what Regis is capable of at this point mentally, you know, after taking another loss. But, I mean, who knows? But, yeah, man. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your boy,